So guys, so drop some questions if you guys need clarification of what I'm talking about. So post nyo lang dyan ang mga post nyo lang dyan mga questions niyo, babasahin ko yan sila. Tapos I'll make sure na masasagot ko naman. So, sinabi ni Marge Heredia, yung Princess Maui, Sara lang ang tawag kay VP Sara. Sinisisi yung naging joke ni VP Sara, denied yung interim release ni FPR. That's what I was talking about. So, there is an ongoing effort nga to demonize the reputation, the characters, and to antagonize the statements of VP Sara because that's part of their greater plan. And that is really to kick out VP Sara, to eliminate her from the equation, and to divide the Duterte supporters. Because for someone who is continuing the legacy of her father, they no longer care about the father. Matanda na yun magre-resign na yun. Resign na yun sa politics. Resign na yun sa politika. Wala na yun siya. What they are targeting now is the daughter who continues the legacies built by her father. So in order to weaken the political base of VP Sara, so they are doing that job now. So they are putting all the blame to VP Sara and not to the other factors. For example, Bongbong Marcos, because he allowed the ICC to investigate in the country. So the conversation shifts from Bongbong Marcos to VP Sara. So the one who is being blamed now is VP Sara. So yan yung pattern ngayon nila Maui, nila Maharlika, nila Edwin Hamora, sino pa ba, Yumi, sino pa yung mga mga haters dyan na feeling famous na wala namang mga clout and walang mga following.
Shout out us reaction vlog, YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. Mabuhay kayo.
So as I mentioned earlier, guys, even the external, external factors, for example lang, kasi yung report, I'm pertaining to the report, I'm not making this as my own assessment. So I was reading a report earlier, and I think posted din ata siya sa page ni Congressman Paolo Duterte. So the CIA daw is doing its very best to dismantle the political base of the Duterte family because yun nga, very influential pa talaga ang Duterte family. Not only Davao City but the entire Philippines. So kung nakikita ninyo ngayon, there is an ongoing demolition effort telling na it's really the fault daw of VP Sara why the interim release was anong tawag dyan? Was not granted by the pre-trial chamber 1. But Robiliego Luego, thank you so much for the stars. Salamat. Oh, yun. Nag-star na yung mukha ko. So, may ongoing effort. Nawawala ako kasi, I don't know. So, yun. May ongoing effort nga to dismantle the supporters of the Duterte family. It's a preparation for 2028 national elections, national and local elections. So, ang nangyayari dyan is, ang nangyayari ngayon is, they are blaming VP Sara na hindi daw nag-grant ang interim release ni Tatay Digong. So, they are capitalizing on Tatay Digong's situation, but at the same time, they are attacking the daughter who is doing her very best to bring PRRD back home. So, yan yung parang the disconnect of what these people are doing. And if you are going to check all their accounts, they are following Maharlika. They are following Maharlika, and some of them are actually following Harry Roque, but I'm not gonna talk more about Harry Roque, but I'm going to talk more about Maharlika. So they are following about Maharlika, and they are peddling the same narratives. They are parroting the same narratives with Maharlika's narratives, mga ganyan-ganyan. So yan yung pattern na nakikita namin ngayon. And then kung if makikita niyo yung mga nagsusupport sa kanila, especially kay Maharlika, old people, tapos yung cover photos nila is family picture, so that's actually a troll farm. So they are not real accounts. They are just dummy accounts used by an individual maybe, or maybe a group of people just to, peddle the narrative that they are doing now in the Duterte's circle, or in the Duterte's family. Yun. So dyan ko na maiko-connect kung bakit ginawa nila sa amin sa The Hague. Because kung nakikita ninyo, we are a very, passionate Duterte supporters, and we are even, sometimes spending our own money, our own funds just to, help out, pull off a very good Duterte event. Ganyan. I'm not telling this bilang sumbat ba yun in Tagalog, sis, no? Bilang sumbat. I'm saying this with all honesty na yan yung nangyayari within my circle of friends or yung group of friends ko dito sa Davao. So, ang hindi ko maintindihan is if they are really concerned with FPRRD, why are they attacking people who are also showing their concern to PRRD? Why are they attacking someone who is, doing his very best to, use his platforms properly to disseminate information, to spread the word about Tatay Digong, about VP Sara, about Kong Pulong, and Mayor Baste. So, yan yung hindi ko naiintindihan sa kanila, guys. Instead of talking about the national issues, instead of discussing relevant, situations, especially those that are affecting the marginalized and the underrepresented, what they are doing on a daily basis is to attack me, my friends, and yung iba pa na somehow associated with me. So, ang recent na inattack nila actually is yun si Inday Mori. Kung naka-follow kayo sa social media, si Inday Mori is really a Duterte supporter. Solid talaga yan, even before pa. And ano yun yan, may mga rider group yan siya. And during the events, for example, yung birthday ni Tatay Digong, we actually tap them to help, and they help. So, yan yung nakikita ko na grabe ba, genuine yung level of support. Hindi siya fake, hindi siya parang paid narrative lang, ganyan. So, that's Inday Mori. And then very recently, si Inday Mori nag-try siya nag-raise ng funds para sa mga victims na yung fire victims sa Barangay 21C and sa Piapi here in Davao. And then of course, because may platform din siya, so nakakuha siya ng mga sponsors, and one of the principal donors actually is our aesthetic doctor, our good friend, na nagbigay siya ng, if I'm not mistaken, 10 sacks of rice for the victims ng fire, yung recent fire dito sa Davao. So kung nakikita ninyo, it's a collective effort coming from Duterte supporters, 'di ba? Ano siya, para bang nagtutulungan yung mga tao, because it's not just about them actually, it's about the teaching, or the love to their love to PRRD, na kung saan sige, for Tatay Digong we will help, ganito, tulungan natin, ganyan. So yan yung mga ganap dito, guys. Ang hindi lang talaga namin maintindihan, lahat na lang ng mga tao na, for example, who are supporting me or friends with me or who are associated with me, ina-attack nila isa-isa. So yan yung grupo ni na Maharlika Edwin Hamora, Princess Maui ang pangalan, pero ang real name is Julius Milanio. Si Channel 167, ang pangalan pala ay Nelson Guzmanos, ganyan. So, grabe sila. So, yun pala, there is an ongoing effort na funded by the CIA para i-dismantle nga yung groups ni ang mga supporters ng mga Duterte in preparation for 2028 elections, para hindi makagalaw, because the more that the supporters are divided, it would be easier for them to penetrate to to convince them to follow their side, parang ganyan, or to support them, to vote for them, parang ganyan. So yan yung pala ongoing effort. So why am I telling you this? Because I want you to realize that not everything you see on social media is actually the real thing, or it's not the authentic, situation, or the genuine aspect of the entire conversation. There are people na nagpapanggap lang ng mga Duterte supporters because they can exploit and extract money by using the name of the Dutertes. Kaya marami yan sila, mga grupo-grupo dyan, and what they are doing is solicit money and then ganyan. So yun, dyan sila nakakahanap ng paraan para sa kanilang pangkabuhayan. And ano ang ginamit na pangalan? Si Tatay Digong, na magkakaroon daw sila ng event, ganito. Imagine even simple event lang ganyan, nagpapa-entrance fee pa, ganyan, di ba? Pwede man mag-potluck, di ba? O ito, dalhin mo ganyan, doon tayo, mag-usap-usap tayo, pakita tayo ng ganito. Bakit magpapa-entrance fee pa, mga ganyan? So, doon natin nakikita na may mga ibang supporters, nagpapanggap na supporters, na pera-pera lang talaga. So, mag-ingat kayo sa kanila. So, shout out muna ako. So, guys, so drop some questions if you guys need clarification of what I'm talking about. So, post nyo lang dyan ang mga questions niyo, babasahin ko yan sila. Tapos, I'll make sure na masasagot ko naman. So, sinabi ni Marge Heredia, yung Princess Maui, Sara lang ang tawag kay VP Sara. Sinisisi yung naging joke ni VP Sara, denied yung interim release ni FPR. That's what I was talking about. So, there is an ongoing effort nga to demonize the reputation, the characters, and to antagonize the statements of VP Sara, because that's part of their greater plan. And that is really to kick out VP Sara, to eliminate her from the equation, and to divide the Duterte supporters. Because for someone who is continuing the legacy of her father, they no longer care about the father. Matanda na yun eh. Magre-resign na yun. Resign na yun sa politics. Resign na yun sa politika. Wala na yun siya. What they are targeting now is the daughter who continues the legacies built by her father. So in order to weaken the political base of VP Sara, so they are doing that job now. So they are putting all the blame to VP Sara and not to the other factors. For example, Bongbong Marcos, because he allowed the ICC to investigate in the country. So the conversation shifts from Bongbong Marcos to VP Sara. So the one who is being blamed now is VP Sara. So yan yung pattern ngayon nila Maui, nila Maharlika, nila Edwin Hamora, sino pa ba, Yumi, sino pa yung mga haters dyan na feeling famous na wala namang mga clout and walang mga following. Yeah, I know. Every day, hindi lang every morning, every day kami yung kino-content nila. Hindi ko talaga maintindihan because even the slightest action na ginawa mo. For example, they are making a big deal sa ngipin ko. Anong pakialam nila? If they cannot afford to remove all their tartars, then dapat tumahimik na lang sila. Hindi yung ibibig deal pa nila. Tapos ako daw I'm not really me. Pero before, ito yung sinasabi nila. Ako daw, namemera daw ako sa mga supporters to support my ritoke. I'm not ritokada. Wala itong ritoke. Jotox lang to. Mga bobo talaga. Yes, you should unfollow them because they are no longer contributing something to unite the Duterte supporters. What they are doing now is to divide the Duterte political base para easier for the kalaban to penetrate and to get voters. Because they are sowing intrigues every day. They are, saying negative things about us every day. And even saying negative things about VP Sara. Imagine, she is the one we should be protecting, di ba? But she's now being made as the target of these ninkumpoops. Insight nyo po sa call ni Kong Kiko sa rally tomorrow. That is very, very, how will I describe the rally? I mean that move. A strategic move for Congressman Kiko Barsaga to do that because one of the reasons why naging failure yung rallies in September 21, 2025 because very vague yung goal nila. Imagine yung mga kakampings na pumunta doon, yung mga left-leaning groups, they don't want BBM to step down. They don't want BBM to resign. What they want to be held accountable of the corruption sa country natin yan is si VP Sara. Imagine that. Because na-realize nila na if they are successful in, bringing down BBM from his office, it would be VP Sara who will benefit from it because it's a constitutional provision. It's in the 1987 Constitution about the line of succession. So VP Sara will get all the benefits if they are successful in kicking out or ousting Bongbong Marcos from the executive department. So yon. So kaya wala yung nila, nawala yung goal. So walang effect. Parang sabi ni Bongbong, the fact that you are ambiguous when it comes to your goals, 'di ba? On your objectives. So wala akong gagawin. I will not step down. So ngayon, so very clear yung ni Kong Kiko Barsaga na it's an anti-Marcos rally. And I would believe so kasi the biggest enabler sa corruption that is currently happening in our country is the President, Bongbong Marcos. Why? As I mentioned, and I have mentioned this before, okay, and I will say this once again, the blank spaces, the unsigned enrolled bill, the budget insertions actually took place because BBM enabled it. Because if he did not sign the GAA or if he has thoroughly scrutinized every page of the 2025 GAA, then he would realize that the maneuver of Romualdez and Zaldico is completely different to what has been itemized inside the General Appropriations Act. Pero hindi, he enabled everything. So if there is someone who is the biggest enabler of the money-making scheme of Romualdez and Zaldico, it is BBM. So, the call of Kong Kiko Barsaga for tomorrow's rally, anti-Marcos rally, and it would take place in front of the Forbes kasi doon daw sila nakatira, pati sila Romualdez and Zaldico, ganyan. It's really a good move. And if I were a Duterte ally, for example, if I'm a lawmaker, a congressman, ganyan, or a party list member, ganyan, I would definitely help out Kiko Barsaga pull off a very successful protest because it's useless marami ng time, energy, effort na waste because walang patutunguhan yung rally. So ang hindi ko rin maintindihan bakit hindi pa gumagalaw yung mga allies ng mga Duterte, baka hinihintay pa talaga nila na yung parang sure win na si VP Sara before sila tatawid na naman, magkakabilang bakod na naman, ganyan. VP Sara is a whole different level than the father. They should fear her kaya once she gets the leadership, good luck. And isa pa, yes, thank you for bringing that up, Paulo Sia, because the thing about VP Sara is wala siyang utang na loob kahit ninuman. So she won last 2022 elections because she earned it. You know what I mean? I mean, people voted for her because they liked her, diba? So, and the same people who are supporting her now, or the same people who are, praying for her protection, ganyan. And she made that not because may utang siya sa ibang politiko. Siya pa yung inutangan ng mga politiko. Because dahil sa endorsement niya nanalo. Tingnan niyo yung sa PBA. 'Di ba? PBA party list and yung Marino party list, 'di ba? Because of, VP Sara's endorsement, the Duterte's endorsement, they were able to win a seat in the House of Representatives last 2022 elections. Pero bumaliktad sila. They turned their backs against VP Sara. So, last 2025 midterm elections, they did not make it. So, yun. Kitang-kita na only because of the influence of the Dutertes that they won. So now, ganyan din yung pattern sa next election. Babaliktad na naman yan sila. Trillanes Dentio. What about Trillanes? He's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Because he's been, parroting, peddling, purveying the same narrative since 2016 when Tatay Digong became the president. And up until now, all those accusations or all those allegations he had with the Dutertes are still unproven. That's one. And secondly, how can you trust someone who has been involved to so many coup attempts, failed coup attempts, mga ganyan? So, di ba? If you still believe a liar, then what does that make you? A liar too? Or a fool? Or bobo, ganyan. So, yun. Although Trillanes may be doing some PR thing, he's maybe doing some political maneuvering now because of the backing of his bosses. Maybe the Captain America, ganyan. So, yun lang naman. He's a piece of shit. He's a nobody. Thank you, Loong Macy, for the stars. Divide and conquer is their game plan. That is correct. I agree. Dami kasi nag-comment that Paris finance daw kayo ni Sen Aimee at kayo daw ng gulo sa Duterte, sir, please pakitubag. Ganito yan. When you accuse someone, the burden of proof lies in the hands of the accuser. So if I were them, if they are really confident about their accusation, then they should show paper trails showing or proving that we really are paid by Sen Aimee, the reason why we are able to go to Paris or we are able to have our trip in Europe. So ganito lang naman yan. Actually, it was revealed already that these yung mga figures nila, yung mga heads nila are actually asking for silence fee kay Aimee Marcos. Kitang-kita yan. And galing ito from a very reliable grapevine. Okay? Nanghingi sila ng pera kay Aimee Marcos, believing na they can tame Aimee ba? Na anong tawag dyan? Aimee would, anong tawag dyan, sis? Aimee would embrace them because nga takot si Aimee baka i-bash nila or i-operate nila. But then Aimee has a very good PR. Alam natin yan. And Aimee is also intelligent. So hindi yan nagpapadala sa mga ganyang atake. Kaya hindi sila pinansin, hindi sila binigyan ng silence fee. So now they are attacking Aimee Marcos and they are, accusing her of so many things, including that accusation of Aimee Marcos paying us, ganyan. Hay, sana nga, kung narinig mo ito, Aimee Marcos, please naman, pakidala na lang po ng pera. Cash po, wag nang i-bank. Ganyan. Yun. Insecure lang sila. I agree. Pasimple na sila mga sa vlogs nila. I know. If you look at their vlogs, yung, unsay tawag anak diha sis o kanang galihok-lihok ka nang mag-vlog sila? Basta if, for example, if this is the the screen of their vlog, 'di ba? May mga ganyan yan, 'di ba? Tingnan niyo diyan, nanghingi sila ng GCash. And if you look at their YouTube channels, nakalagay doon ang mga GCash nila, mga bank accounts nila kasi they want their viewers to send them money. And that is something that I don't do. Although sometimes nagjo-joke ako, "Oy, mag-send kayo ng stars." But it's actually the platform that you guys are, paying, and then the platform gives the tawag diyan? The percentage of the things that you bought from them. So yan yung nakukuha namin, kaya may mga stars, ganyan. And also sa akin, hindi ako nanghingi ng pera directly from you guys, because why should I ask for money from you if I have one, di ba? Yun. From Desiree Edna Marasigan, thank you for the stars. Sir, pati po ba si Harry Roque kasama nila Maharlika? Yes, BFF actually si Maharlika and si Harry Roque. So do not be deceived. Yes, guys. Support the rally tomorrow, guys. Hello, Tio. Kumusta na? The same attacks ang ginagawa ng mga minions ni Maharlika sa amin dito sa Vancouver. Oh, no. Kasi, alam ko yan. May faction kasi sa Vancouver. You know what? Yung mga Filipino communities abroad, may mga factions na because pera. Everything is about money. Nag-create sila ng groups. I'm not only pertaining to the Vancouver community, also the US or maybe the ones in Europe. Yung mga Filipinos doon, nag-create sila ng group. Tapos sinasabi nila na ito daw na group ay trusted by VP Sara, or ito daw na group ay recognized by PRRD, Mayor Baste Kumpulong, ganyan. The name dropping, it did not stop. It continues to happen actually. So ang nangyayari is nagcreate sila ng group, and they are anong tawag dyan? They are creating events na kung saan fundraising events. Say for example, magkakaroon sila ng meet and greet, or magkakaroon sila ng isang protest, and they would ask money from the supporters, from their members, number one, and secondly from supporters kasi they are doing some postings on social media, mga ganyan. So because may mga real supporters talaga na they don't care about the money, but they care about their support to the Duterte family. So sila yung mga kumalas sa mga groups na yan, and they want to remain independent, mga ganyan na mga chika. So ang nangyayari ngayon, inaawayan nila Maharlika et al. Yung mga groups nila, iniisa-isa nila. Kasi with the division that happens within their group, nahihirapan na sila because someone would claim na kami yung legit na group dito, kami yung legit na ganito dito, ganyan, sila yung mga ganyan. So nahihirapan na sila makalikom ng pera. So yan yung problem talaga. Now, lang yan mabilis lang yan I mean, yung mga ganyang mga usapin, easier lang yan sila i-refute. Kasi when money is the motivation, just give them money, of course they would turn their back against you na, or do not give them money, they would also turn their back against you. So yan yung takbo ng usapan dyan. Final na ba yung budget ng OVP na binawasan ng mga Crocs? Na it's the version of the House of Rep pa, so pa yon sa Senate. Tapos I think may version ng Senate, tapos doon na yun mangyayari yung babawasan ba talaga, tapos i-bycam na yan nila, so makikita na ang final dyan. And yeah, speaking of the OVP budget, you know what, guys? Last year 2024, because that's going to be the budget for 2025. So last year, the OVP requested, kasi diba they cut the budget, they slashed the budget of the OVP. So from 1 billion plus ata, ginawa na lang nilang 733 million just to cover the basic one sa OVP. So that's the reason why the medical and burial assistance were stopped sa Office of the Vice President. So 733 million. And actually guys, ang hiningi ng OVP is the same base lang, 733. But since it's 2025 na, and we are gearing to year 2026, di ba inflation, tumataas yung, for example, yung mga purchases price, ganyan, tumataas siya. So, ang ginawa, may additional 158 million, if hindi ako nagkakamali, sa OVP. Kaya naging 800 plus million yung hiningi nila for the budget. Ano ang sinabi ni Dilima? is zero budget ang OVP. Ano ang ginawa ng HOR? Binawasan nila. So binalik nila sa 733. Now, the only parang it's rational for them but it's irrational for me. Irrational reason why they did that, it's because VP Sara did not appear during the budget deliberation. Now guys, VP Sara sent a letter to the House of Representatives. Ang nangyari kasi, billions of money are allocated to the office of the President. BBM did not go to the House of Representatives to defend his budget. It was his undersecretary, assistant secretary who are there. Okay? But bakit pagdating sa OVP, gusto talaga nila si VP Sara? Because they want another rounds of hearings. They want another rounds of political demolition job. They want another rounds of media mileage para siraan nila si VP Sara. And again guys, walang katapusan. Ang pinukwestiyon na naman nila is the confidential fund. Tapos na yan. Kung hindi ka bobo, naintindihan mo na tapos na yung issue na yan. Okay? Nasa ano na tayo? Nasa flood control projects na tayo. Sa billions of money that are allegedly pocketed by Zaldico and Martin Romualdez. Now, sinasabi ko ito because nga, at that time kasi, VP Sara was in Cebu. She was consoling the families of the deceased, the victims of the 6.9 magnitude earthquake in Bogo, Cebu, in Medellin. Marami other places in Cebu. Yan yung ginawa ni VP Sara. Pero ano ang ginawa ng House of Representatives? They really want VP Sara to be present to defend her budget. Now that VP Sara did not go there, although she sent out undersecretaries in her office and the other higher ups ng Office of the Vice President, they weren't recognized because nga the goal really is for VP Sara to defend the budget. And I just want to remind every one of you na sinabi na ni VP Sara, kahit i-defend pa niya yung budget, hawak lamang ng 2 tao ang budget ng Pilipinas, ni Martin Romualdez and ni Zaldico. But yes, given na nag-resign na sila as speaker, nag-resign na din as congressman si Zaldico, ito na ang sinasabi ko, hawak pa rin niya ng chairperson of the Committee on Appropriations and then the House Speaker. Sino ba yan? Si Faustino D. Kaibigan ni Romualdez. O sino ba yan? Si Swansing. Tauhan ni Romualdez. So same thing. Different people, the same goal, the same plan, stick to the plan, ganyan. So it's useless to defend the budget when in fact hawak lamang ng committee, ng chair ng Committee on Appropriations ang budget ng Pilipinas at ng House Speaker. Sleeping ako. So it's not yet final. May may delibs pa yan sa plenary ng Senate. Pwede talk about love life. Yung love life ko kasi hindi ko siya talaga pinapublicize. I only talk about my love life privately because there are things that are better kept intimately, privately. So what I'm doing on social media is just publicizing my opinions, my political, standpoints, all those things, mga ganyan-ganyan lang. Pero in terms of relationships, hindi ko yan talaga pinapublicize. Because why would I, broadcast my relationship when, it's better kept privately and then do things privately, mga ganyan, di ba? Sarap magmahal privately. Oh! Any thoughts about Nika Gadi? Walang kulay pero DDS ang inatake. That's hypocrisy. Actually, Nika Gadi is a kakamping. So, yung mga kakamping na nagsasabing walang politika-politika dito, walang kulay-kulay dito, hypocrisy lang yan. Their purpose of doing that is just to get your, your sympathy, your empathy, and your everything, your vote actually for the 2028 elections. So, that's what we call narrative build-up. Because if they can stay neutral, they would be able to gain more following. Okay? Pag more followers na sila, then they would start shifting the narrative towards their principles. So yan yung ginagawa na. That's narrative building. Huwag magpauto. Pati si Cathy Binag, ni-appeal sa ilan ni Maharlika. Wala akong pakialam kay Cathy Binag actually. Actually, hindi kami nag-away ni Cathy Binag. I am actually calling her ate. ate yung tawag ko sa kanya because wala nga kaming ano, pero pag aawayin niya ako, pues marami din akong alam sa kanya, coming directly from the people na close din sa kanya at kilala niya, ganyan, nakakausap ko like on a daily basis. So dapat hindi niya ako aawayin. And also, isa pa, I have nothing against Kati Binag ha. Pero, di ba, if naka-follow kayo sa akin, I posted about the hallucination of Bongbong Marcos. Imagine, you are not in your right mind if you are talking to a dead. Di ba? Imagine, BBM daw is still conversing with his father. Imagine that's hallucination for me lang ha. I'm not a psychiatrist or whatnot. Ganyan, but my point is, it's really a hallucination because sino ba nakikipag-usap sa multo? Sino ba nakikipag-usap sa patay? 'Di ba? Yun lang, may mga guni-guni ganyan. Now, if I were Kati Binag lang ha. If conditional ito, baka gawing issue na naman ito. Ilabas niya na yan yung mga USB niya. Ilabas niya na kasi parang it's a proof ba? Parang somehow we can use that to prove that BBM is really hallucinating kasi ganito yung mga proof ni Kati Binag, yung nakalagay sa USB niya, ganyan. Pero up until now, hindi pa nilabas. I don't know kung kailan yung right time, right place na sinasabi nila to release that. But, as you can see, if you are very aware of what's currently happening in the status quo, then dapat it's the perfect time to labas all that na, especially if you are really confident that what you have basis. Yun lang naman. Si Maharlika at Team Edwin Hamora, feeling ko pinagkaperahan lang yan si FPR for the content. Oo naman. Yan naman talaga yan. Kung nakikita ninyo, di ba? Tingnan nyo yung mga pages nila. Gusto nila napansinin namin sila so that, for example, if I post about them, you guys will go to their walls. Of course, magkaka-engagement sila and more earning. Yun. Tio, what happened to Jamagno? I mean, if my memory serves me right, she's a supporter. Pera din. Kay Jamagno, pera din. Kasi, guys, if you are a supporter, guys, even if you're not getting anything, if your support really is genuine, if your support is real, then you shouldn't turn your back against the people you are supporting. That's what we call loyalty and principle. So without the two, loyalty and principle, what does that make you, diba? It makes you as a spineless creature who cannot rationally weigh things out and a creature who has no balls and everything. Sorry. Watching from Brunei. Oh wow. Thank you RSL FC. Love you Jerry. Off ko today. Amping kanunay. Oh, I miss you. I'm trying my best to get a US visa so I can visit you there. I hope soon. Sa dami bang admirers mo doon, I don't expect that you'll remember my beautiful face, but I have a picture with you and Paolo. Oh wow, thank you. Amping din Kim Jefferson Leo. CIA again. Digong mentioned them during his term. Yeah. Ano pa ba? Grabe yung comments niyo. Oh wow, thank you ha. Love life sa Tio Be para pawala sa stress ba? Di ko expressive when it comes to my relationship if ever meron. Malalaman yan sa grand finals. Charot. BBM is not on his right state of mind. Mantakin mong what's mantakin? Mantakin mong nakakausap pa ang tatay niyang matagal nang nabulok sa lupa. I should step down. Exactly my point. Yeah. Mga alipores ni Maharlika Muragway Ligo, I agree. 100%. Watching from Saudi Arabia, Solidity is here. Babita Onya, hello. Okay. Kaya from Dang Francisco, hi sir, watching from Hong Kong. Despite the recent decision from the ICC, I have one question. Can the defense team file or another interim release? No, they can only appeal. And guys, mind you, although I am losing hope naman talaga, ito yung minention ko kanina sa prayer rally, I'm losing hope. It's because everything has been, politicized and the ICC has been weaponized by the powers that be. But the thing is, we still have other legal remedies such as the appeal. Kasi yung gumawa ng decision na yan is the pre-trial chamber 1. Pre-trial chamber 1, hindi pa the ICC, hindi pa ang court. Halimbawa, sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, ang fiscal pa lang, wala pang anong tawag dyan, RTC, Court of Appeals, Supreme Court, parang wala pang ganyan. So, hindi pa ang entire ICC. It's the pre-trial chamber 1 pa lang, yung nag-ano sa interim release. So, they made their appeal. So, meaning to say, my progress. So, for example, if the defense can really expound clearly and then argued properly about the legal merits of the case, then definitely, for example, if on their appeal, matatalo yung prosecution, then yeah, there's a big possibility that Tatay Digong would be granted his interim release. May mga congressman na bang nagsisend ng feelers kay VP na tatawid na sila from majority to minority? Yan. Careful tayo sa information natin, guys, kasi they might use it. Unsay buhaton nato now? Dawato na lang ba ang sitwasyon ni Tatay Digong? Unsay hulatan nato? O unsay ang buhaton? The goal is to really protect VP Sara, because ang mangyayari kasi si Tatay Digong, they would make it as a bargaining chip. So if, for example, if VP Sara becomes the president of the Philippines, so ang gagawin nila parang hostage nila ba si Tatay Digong na, hey, this is our deal. You have to meet us halfway. We have to do this and that inside your country, and we will, send back your father home. Parang ganyan. So, yun. So, we should protect VP Sara because she's really the real deal here. It's about the 2028 election. It's not just about PRRD lang. I'm not saying, na parang less valued yung case ni PRRD. Everything, equal talaga ang value nila. But, in the current political landscape, as I mentioned, big deal talaga si VP Sara now, because if VP Sara wins or would become victorious sa 2028 presidential elections, there would be reset sa country natin, and everyone na nang politically persecute sa kanya, lahat ng mga kumalaban, tumalikod sa kanya, for sure, ganyan niya yan lahat. Oh, thank you, Gracia, for the 10 stars. Sir Tio, have you made some legal actions doon sa gulo? Yes, napablotter po kami doon sa police station. So, how I wish sa Pilipinas yun nangyari, so that it would be easier for us to, file the case. Because pag doon kasi kami yung mahirapan. So, at least naka-file kami ng blotter sa kanila. And other reports din, like sa embassy, yun yung ginawa namin. O ito pa, si Fatima Varga Cross, stay professional just like Alvin, and that's the reason why I admire you both. Oh, sometimes I'm unprofessional because, di ba sabi nila, it's needless for you to stoop down to someone's level, but sometimes kasi, I give the same energy that they are giving me. For example, if they are giving me the Palenquera vibe, I will do it to them twice. Di ba? But if they would, for example, argue with me intellectually or if they can start a very civil discourse, then that would be fine for me. I can handle that too. But the thing is, sometimes talaga, I am the type of person na I'm giving the same energy that you are giving me. So if you give me bullshit, I will give you bullshit. If you give me love, I will love you even more. Yeah. And that's applicable to my relationship if meron. Diba? If you love me, I will love you. If you miss me, I miss you. Ganyan.